Forde, let's explain us something about this new world that we are creating with Rush.
Yeah, sure. I think, one of the things is that we see more people creating video than ever before. Whether that's a professional, storytellers are emerging in different ways, and they're doing it with any device they happen to have, and they're doing it everywhere in the world in very different ways. So we wanted to say, how can we provide a technology that uses the device, that uses the cloud, that synchronizes everything, and really tries to get it more back to just the story. We want the less buttons and dials and more about trying to tell a story overall. That's the idea behind Rush. And then how do we expose the technology, whether that's on my phone or my tablet or even my laptop? And then how do I make sure that anytime I make a single edit in one place, it automatically shows up in every device I happen to have? So we really see and why we wanted to do it was because it enables storytellers to tell stories in ways that maybe they didn't have the skill set to do. Maybe the skill set they never wanted to acquire. Many people didn't want to become professional craft editors or something like that. So the idea with Rush is to enable all that technology, but in an experience that was very different.
So Rush is a baby. You defined it a baby.
Sure.
Could you tell us something about what's going on to go on with these products in 1 year, 3 years?
Sure.
What will be the future? What will be the developing?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing from my point of view is that there's a lot of finesse. I think we've got the basics, but we're still focusing on, like as an example, if I want to separate video from audio, right? There isn't great precision trimming, those types of things that we can really enable that we haven't done yet. So I think you're going to see a lot of improvements to the experience continuously. And like I said before, Rush updates weekly. So that's also a very different way that we build software now. So Rush isn't just about how do we make a new video product and put it on a phone. It's also how does Adobe transform how it makes software. We used to release software every 18 months. Now we're doing it in Rush every week. But this is the kind of thing that we're really learning how to do. So the experience will improve, and then you'll see new features, kind of like what I was talking about in the session. How do we introduce the concept of getting rid of tedious tasks, like say changing from a landscape video to a portrait video? How can we make that single click for a user? But at the same time, if I wanted to get into a more deep experience or I want more fine-grained control, how can I still do that?
And now about the non-linear editing tools like pointing the B-roll at the right situation and using the second layer, third layer. What about this?
And that's where I think that there's already people who know how to do that instinctively, but there's other people that are still discovering what that stuff is. So I think the ability to use the different tracks that are available in many ways is, especially when you're doing short form video, that can be very powerful, especially when you introduce text and graphics and that kind of stuff, or you have B-roll voiceover. I think the audio improvements, I'm really happy with some of the innovation we did with Rush at the beginning for audio, but I think there's a long way for us to go. So as an example, choosing different sources, being able to take advantage of not just the auto duck that we provided or the mixing, but also some other things that can really take advantage of audio, because most people didn't want to learn what a noise gate is or a compressor is or an equalization setup. So how do we extrapolate those things into experiences, I think are the things you'll see a continuous improvement. Rush is a strategic bet for the company. It's a strategic product because it's going out to a much broader universe of video storytellers than we've ever been able to make products for before.